Okay, so time for an update video on the Suzuki SV650 third generation. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I've had quite a few new subscribers and quite a lot of comments, all asking about the SV650. So I thought it was time to do a quick update, just to walk you around the bike and also to discuss some of the many modifications that I made, because I get asked the same questions all the time. And I wanted to just give a sort of end of 2021 update on the bike. Now, I've had it, yeah, it must be 3 years now. Quick 3 years. I think we've all lost about 18 months though. But yeah, I've had it 3 years, and within that time, I spent an awful lot of time and a little bit of money as well, getting the bike exactly how I want it. Now, that's the one thing about motorcycles. They are a little bit more personal than cars. Of course, you do modify cars, but it's the norm really to modify your motorcycle, either for cosmetic reasons or to make it that little bit comfortable, and I've done both on this. So how has the bike been over 3 years? Well, first of all, I've bought a few other bikes within that period of time, and I've sold pretty much all of them, so that tells you something. I started off on the first generation carbureted SV650, which I loved. I then went to the pointy, as they call it, which I didn't love, and then I actually bought this and fell in love again. For me, the third generation Suzuki SV650 is everything that a motorcycle should be. It's of course a naked, there's not many electronic aids, and it's really back to basics, and that's what makes it great. You know, it's got that absolutely brilliant bulletproof engine that, you know, it has been modified over the different generations of the bikes, but more or less, you know, it's the same V-twin that it was, you know, 20 odd years ago. And with that, of course, the developments in reliability, a lot more performance, and, you know, I just think it's a really, really hard bike to beat. So, talking you through the modifications. Well, first of all, the rim tape on the wheels there. I think, for me, that's probably the best value modification. It's about four quid, I think, on eBay. And I tried to get it, I tried to get a colour to match the tank as much as possible, and I think you'll agree, you know, it just really brings out the blue. So moving towards the front, we have the latest addition, which is the LED headlight. Now, I am going to do a separate video on this, but in essence, it's a universal headlight with an older Kawasaki model ring, which you basically combine, and that gives you the more modern LED look. Just above the headlight, I have the Suzuki meter visor. Now, this is again a lot of questions I actually get about this. Is it any good? Did you have another screen? Because I've seen on your videos. Yes, I have. I've actually had 3 screens within this time, if you want to call it a screen. I started off with I can't remember what it was. It was some Pug sort of universal screen. It wasn't that good. And then I had the Givi A371, I think you call it. And the problem that I had with the Givi is that it actually mounted on the forks on there and the other side, and at speed it actually felt like the front forks were being pushed left to right. So, you know, that's not a feeling that you want on a bike, and it's certainly not a feeling that I wanted. So what I did was I did a little bit of research, looking at other YouTube and reviews and so on, and I decided on the genuine meter visor. It's called the Suzuki meter visor. Now, they do it in black, they do it in white and red. I couldn't get a black one for love nor money. It's quite expensive. I'm sure it was about 200 quid, but I then painted it in black, and I think you'll agree it really suits the bike. So, coming to the radiator, there is an Evotech radiator guard. I've also got, now again, I wasn't too sure about these, but these are radiator guards, which that was one thing I wasn't sure about on the bike actually when I got it. The radiator sticks quite far out, as you can see, but for me, you know, they really finish it off very well. I got those specially made actually. Can't remember the company. It begins with E. Ermax, that's it, Ermax. They didn't have any in stock, so they made them for me. I think about £120 all in. So I will add up all the modifications in the end. At the bottom there we've got the plastic belly pan, bottom plastic trim, whatever you want to call it, and I'm sure that is either Pyramid Plastics or Airmax as well. It's a sort of gloss. Coming to the middle of the bike, we've got the Evotech frame sliders there. I wouldn't ride a bike without frame sliders. They do make a big difference, of course. You know, if you accidentally drop the bike or you do come off, they will save quite a lot of the metal. So again, they don't look too wide at all, you know, when you're sat at the rear of the bike, not too bad. We have the genuine Suzuki frame covers, number boards, whatever you want to call them. Now again, they came in red, white and black, but I couldn't get any black ones, so I bought red. And I actually painted them in the same colour of the front meter screen, and as you can see just underneath, I didn't bother doing that side. You can see they are red. And then I've got 650 number boards specially made. Down the bottom we've got a PUG, P-U-I-G, whatever you want to call it, carbon fibre hugger. Now, carbon fibre effect, of course. The reason for that was I also fitted one of the early modifications was the R&G tail tidy. So without that, you end up with a lot of crap on your back from the mud on the tyres and everything. So, you know, the two combined, the R&G tail tidy and the fender, whatever you want to call it actually, mudguard. Removing that makes a massive difference. Of course, you've got to go for the LED indicators. The big old weighty orange ones don't really go well at all. And then at the top here, I've got a seat cover. Now this is just a cheap one actually from eBay China. It was about £30 or thereabouts. I did get a blue one originally, but the blue didn't match the tank, so ended up getting a black one. And then I've got a custom seat which I got made with gel, which makes a massive difference. Now this is the third seat I've had on the bike. I had the original, went for the tuck and roll, which made it that little bit better, but then getting a custom seat made a huge difference, and that was probably the weakest link on this particular bike. Coming down here we will see again third exhaust. Started off with the original, went for a Delcovic, and then a deal came up for this MIV carbon fibre end can, I'm sure they call it. So again, it's not a full system, but you know, it does make a difference to the noise of the bike. Now other than that, I think that's really it. Of course, I've missed a couple of things, which are the LED indicators on the front. We've got USB charger which runs off the battery, my tank ring, and Oxford heated grips. So there we go, that is a bit of a longer video, but an update on the modifications on my SV650. Hopefully I've not got too out of breath, but I wanted to try and get everything in within 10 minutes. And I'll just start it up for you and let you hear it. Forgot my duck as well, there we go.